Clearing out the programmer is a muscle memory deep ingrained in just about every programmer's soul. Make a mistake, jam on that clear button, just hit it as many times as possible and make it all go away. Alright, everyone knows this noise. I'm here to burst that bubble and tell you the next time you make a programming mistake on an MA2, just sit on your hands, trust me. You are making far more work for yourself than necessary if you take the cathartic approach of jamming on that clear key. If you really want a button to jam on for old time's sake, use the background key, because currently it does nothing, but you can still get all the feels of hitting a key to let out your woes. To demonstrate clear and its MA2 usage, I'm going to select channel 1 and bring it to full. From the previous units, by now you should know this channel is selected, and I can tell that from the yellow text. The channel is activated to be stored, and that is indicated by the red background. Finally, this channel is being controlled by the programmer, and that's indicated by the red text. Now, hit clear once. What does this do? What is clear? What happened to the channel sheet? If you're playing along at home, channel 1 is no longer yellow, which means it is no longer selected. Clear is a selection tool. This means if you hit the clear key but you still need to control that channel, you've just added more steps because now you have to select that channel all over again to make changes. Let's hit clear a second time. What happens? Is my channel still at full? What can I do with this channel? Clear twice is clear active, which means it deactivates anything active in the programmer. When a value is no longer active, it can no longer be stored according to our current store defaults. But the channel is still outputting as seen by the red text at full. Hit clear one last time, and note the entire programmer is cleared out. I spoke about not jamming on the clear button, but now you're probably wondering, but you just said I need to hit the button 3 times to clear the programmer. Nope! Let's just bring this channel up to full once again, and if you need to clear out everything from the programmer, long press the clear key, which will generate the keyword clear all, and that will clear the entire programmer without multiple keystrokes. When thinking of clear, oops, and escape, I mentioned sitting on your hands for a second before you take the leap. I'm going to grab channel 1 and bring it up to full. Well, oops, actually I wanted this at 75%. See what I did there? I thought for a second about what needed to happen. Instead of hitting a bunch of keys and starting all over, just hit oops, and then at 75. You have the option to oops up to 100 of your previous steps. Sometimes there will be a pop-up which is basically to warn you that oopsing will change the output. When oopsing, be sure you would like to oops, because there's no oopsing in oops. You cannot un-oops, this does not exist yet, though it is a keyword, it does not do anything. To view oopsable steps, hold down the oops key. This generates a list. You can go back multiple steps, but cannot pick and choose, it is all or nothing. Oops does one last thing, and this is another really common place where I see a tendency to hit the clear key. Okay, I have channel 1 selected and at 75. Now let's say I want to select fixture 101, but oops, I hit too many ones. Oops is actually a backspace key. Now what happens if I had hit the clear key instead? What is clear gonna do? Will it clear the command line? You bet! The whole thing. And if you were paying attention, it also deselected channel 1 because clear once is what? A deselection tool. Just made so many more steps for myself, I have to type fixture 101 again and reselect channel 1 instead of simply stopping for a second to think I should have just hit oops. Escape is a great key. If there's a pop-up on the screen, instead of reaching all the way up to the little yellow X to exit the screen, escape is the quick key to the X. The other thing escape will do is clear the whole command line. With channel 1 still at 75 in the programmer, let's type a long string of syntax. Channels 3, plus 2, plus 4, plus 5, and decide, wait, never mind. Sit on those hands and think for a second. The clear key is for selection. Oops is a backspace. Escape will get rid of the whole line without affecting a previous selection. Escape does one last really important thing, and that is it escapes out of edit mode. Edit mode will be indicated by the edit key flashing. Let me make a cue and edit it. If I open up the command overlay, edit is going to be flashing. Now to get out of edit mode, hit escape. I don't really want this cue, so I shall hit oops. I no longer want channel 1 in the programmer, so I shall hold clear. These three functions may seem quite the same, but really they are quite different, and practicing the different applications can really speed up your programming, and also take away unnecessary keystrokes that you may never have noticed that you were doing. Just try to take a second before hitting any one of them and think about what your end goal is, and choose wisely.